Hello everyone and welcome to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of Plan B Terraform. Now, before we begin, I'm just gonna do a little disclaimer here. About halfway through this video, at about 12 minutes in, the audio completely cut out. The audio of me speaking, I know, my beautiful voice. Now, we do still have the gameplay audio in the gameplay, so unlike last time this happened, we actually have footage. So what I've done is you can enjoy the first 12 minutes of the video as typical, but then we're gonna kind of see what I've done with the adding commentary in after having done some recording, so it might be a little more choppy than usual. Please just bear with me as we continue on this very fun journey of errors. But thank you so much for your patience with me as I continue to figure out all of these things. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. And welcome back to Plan B Terraform, episode 25. Now last time we were planning on building a composite factory over here. We didn't do that yet. We ended up doing a lot of fixing and tweaking around of industry and rail lines and roads and all that fun stuff, and setting up a little bit better recycling systems. But today we are going to move ahead with the composite factory. I think we're ready. We kind of laid the groundwork last time, so this time we should be good to go. Now we've got our steel here and we can bring in nitrogen. I'm thinking maybe I can do something like this. I'm just thinking in the little brain here, factory-wise. And then if I put nitrogen here, let's say like that, I could place factories here to build the tempered steel. I think it's storing a bunch of nitrogen here. And so now I need to go and pull nitrogen. And so I'm gonna throw nitrogen down here real quick. And we'll use a fair amount of trains. I'm thinking 55 is good. That's a lot of trains, but I think that's a good enough amount. Sorry, I went off to the side for a second to just delete this because it served no purpose and I'm making things cleaner. So the dealio here, we're gonna get some nitrogen dropped off, which will be great. And the steel should be good too, I'm thinking. I don't know if I need a full... I'll set up a full wall of them just because... Why not, I suppose? Like, if it needs to be fully supplied, I can make it happen, but I don't think it's necessarily required yet. We will build up the storage for the tempered steel. Now I'm thinking tempered steel, we'll do the two, we'll do one deep, because this is where my sneaky comes in. I'm going to then throw in probably from the sides. No, that's going to be too difficult. So we're going to do one layer. We're going to do a rail line in between. And then we're going to do polymer bars. This is how we'll do it. And then I build the factories, get the composite. Now I'm hoping very strongly that this will be good. And so, oh good, nitrogen supply has been dropped off. I'm thinking I need another nitrogen train just to make this easy. We're gonna take the train and we're gonna deposit some nitrogen again right on site, right here. We won't use as many. We'll probably use, let's stick to 25, so we'll half it. We'll have the main supply of stuff there. And polymer. Now, I don't know. The recycling plant is here producing those. Polymer isn't very hard to make. So part of me thinks I could make it on site. But part of me, geez, part of me is also just like, wow, the polymer's here and all this fun stuff, so I might as well just take it, right? So, also, I think I can stop doing this. I think I can just get rid of all of this. It was a terrible idea when I did it, and it did not work. So I might as well just stop. We'll keep the train lines in case we do need to dig inwards, but I don't think that was an effective way to deal with things. In fact, actually, I might even delete that train line altogether. Okay, I jumped from thing to thing like an idiot, so just bear with me. As always, bear with me as I do all my crazy stuff. Right, I needed polymer. That was the original thing that I went to go grab. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I jump around too much. I'm sorry, folks. I swear. Everything will be fine. So I'll pull polymer from here. And let's grab polymer and we'll deposit it on this. We'll deposit it in the middle. Let's change the destination. Why am I so stupid? Okay, there we go. What is wrong with me? Okay, we'll do that. And then, does that road even do anything? I don't think this road's being used anymore. So let's delete the road. And we will set up a train line here instead. Because I much prefer the trains. The trains are very suitable. Wow! Holy shit. Oh my god. I asked for rail lines and they said, say less, my guy. Holy shit. How many why? Where am I building this again? Down here, right? And I was just using up old. Not there, but down here. And I was just using up old materials, and they went crazy. Yo, respect. They did good work. There's a lot of sulfur down here, actually. Well, that's lovely. Honestly, maybe I do need new trains. That's a good amount of those. We'll let it keep building them. I'll take down 2 of them and let them keep going for that. Let's actually build a little bit of high-tech part storage here. And then we will build this to build a couple trains. Now, that means I need to ship high-tech parts, which I'm not completely hell-bent on. I'm not, like, super... You know, let's just take the high-tech parts that we built here because they're not being used anywhere. Let's just ship them up. And I won't ship up very many. I'll probably just use the 1 train. We'll use 2 trains. Why not? Okay, back to what I was doing. Have we finally made... We have... Oh, that's plastic waste. That's why. How did I manage that? How did I manage that? Somebody explain to me. I swear I selected composite. Hello? Oh god, it's so hard to tell. Oh, it doesn't make a sound when I do it. And they're so similar purples. Oh god. Okay. As long as there's composite, it's good. We all have something in us. Are you good? Okay, good. Oh my god. Now the city demands composite. Are you upset about anything else? you're stable at 88%. You have a supply of oxygen, high-tech parts, and food. Food is apparently totally fine, which is lovely. Even though my method of making food is an absolute disaster. What the hell are you doing? That looks good. That can be deleted now. Am I seriously dropping oxygen off? Where am I shipping oxygen from? Over there. That's not needed anymore. I can say that right now. I can tell. Completely unnecessary. They don't need me to do that. There we go. Let's just delete those. Fill that up with oxygen. Oh my god. We'll give them more room. Jesus. I will delete this, however, and put in another train line, and I will take this one out because it's just not necessary anymore. We're cleaning up this city. It's looking much better, and so we're gonna drop Composite off. In an ideal world, I'd just drop it off right here beside. I'm gonna drop it off here. Yes, here. This will be the Composite drop off because this isn't needed anymore, actually. So let me do this. And I guess my question should be, is there enough Composite? Well, actually, we'll do the rail. We'll take this and we'll drop you off. We'll drop you off here. But the question is, am I producing enough Composite for the city itself? Like, it needs one annual supply, 200. How much can I produce? So 30 times 1, 2, 3. So 15, 30 times 30 is 900. So I'm good for a little bit, but at some point it will need more. I am seeing that our limiting factor right now is polymer and tempered steel. So steel bars right now. Not enough steel bars coming out. That's okay. Now here's where the audio would have, here's where the audio cut out. And what's happening now in the video is I'm going and I'm changing up some train lines, fixing them up, and I do a little bit of editing of the food system there. So food production gets, you know, an upgrade there. So what's actually happening here is I am changing up some rails, and I was taking a look at the food supply because you know, there's a food supply there, which is pretty good. There's a substantial food supply, which we like. But there's another issue around how I designed this food supply. And because I didn't design it very efficiently at all, the idea is that I'm planning to upgrade that. I just didn't do it quite yet. I was just kind of playing with the rail lines and seeing how things were going. Then for a little bit, I bounced around between factories, making sure things were okay, kind of deciding what to do with steel and stuff. We end up checking up on the big old factory as well to make sure it's functioning perfectly. So I spent a good few minutes kind of cleaning that up and prepping the alongside it. I was building a better polymer bar factory. And I was just kind of, because polymer bars ended up being important for making the Mark IIIs and making Composite. And so that's what I spent some time doing. I also canceled a lot of the food waste movement. We were moving food from, you know, the other two cities, so I canceled those trains. And then we did a terrible job upgrading our food supply, very briefly, kind of prepping the groundwork and upgrading the Composite deposit, making sure we could stockpile some Composite for the city too, cleaning up that initial delivery area because it's always been a mess ever since we built it, and the roads were no longer needed. So I took some time and tidied those up as well. There was a lot of deleting roads in this episode. We deleted so many roads because we like rail better. And it just, you see, I'm kind of just deleting all of those and cleaning it up and trying to make it all a straightish line, but I didn't want to blow through all of the, I didn't want to waste all of the high-tech parts, so I I made it so that it will consume the high-tech parts, but we're not going to pick up any more. That was kind of my plan. I want the high-tech parts on the other side. So as you can see there, right there, I've set it up so that it eats them. And then we go over to deal with some carbon. Earlier in the episode, I had noticed that there was a poor quality lineup of the delivery buildings to the city with the oxygen. So I decided I would clean it up a little bit, and that ended up involving me cleaning up the carbon, cleaning up the oxygen with all the atmospheric scrubbers. I went and reviewed the other cities because, to be honest, they were all designed better than the first city, and I need to seek inspiration elsewhere. I deleted more roads. I was getting worried about the polymer bar supply over near the high-tech parts, and so I ended up deleting all of that storage that I had put over here. We put in more atmospheric extractors, and we started making more polymer bars because it was being a little bit difficult, you know? Like, I didn't want to run out of polymer, and it seemed like polymer was getting used a lot more than typical. So to that, I ended up going and building another iron mine because we were running out of iron supply. You'll see a big old production of iron here, and we put in the rail lines, and we set it up and attached it to the main rail lines. It actually wasn't just iron that we were doing. We were also making some steel bars as well because everything needs steel right now. So we put some steel bar production on the right side of this new iron mine, and I believe also on the north side as well, because we just wanted to make sure production was strong and we could just send it all off. So there was a lot of that kind of groundwork and a lot of that editing and altering and deleting all of those roads, and to making sure as well that the rails were kind of in straighter lines and upgraded and all that. And of course, we reviewed more industry, we cleaned up some more stuff, and, you know, in the end of the day, it was a very productive episode and a very, very unfortunate amount of work that was cut out, audio that was lost. However, you know, that is the way it goes sometimes, and unfortunately, you know, as shitty as that is, we just gotta roll with it. So I hope that this little bit of extra audio, this little bit of explanation has helped provide some context as to what happened, and a little bit of video footage to see it for yourselves and your own eyes. Next week we'll be putting out hopefully a perfectly fine video without any errors or glitches. I know there have been a few recently, but you know, live and learn. And so of course, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and any comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you know. Give me some tips, tricks, hints, suggestions, anything you want. And of course, as always, thank you for stopping by. Happy you did, and I'll see you next time.